are sure to welcome Hon'ble Shri K.H. Muniyappa, Minister of State with independent charge of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, Government of India. Chris Gopalakrishnan, President CII and Executive Vice President Infosys. Chandrajit Banerjee, my co-chair, who's been a great help, Ashok. Friends from the MSME community and members of Karnataka State. It gives me great honor and pleasure to be here as a part of the MSME Connect and a milestone event for CII where we are going to launch the program for 100 golden top companies. On behalf of CII and CII MSME National Council, it's my special privilege to welcome you, sir, to this program. And I do need to recognize that as your brief stint as the minister, you have identified key areas and progressive sectors, including R&D, FDI and exports, and are championing the cause of this sector. Thank you again, sir, for readily agreeing to be here for a very milestone event for CII today, and your presence underlines your commitment and reach to the Indian MSME community. Your support and encouragement has been of great importance to CII. A major part of our membership is from this sector. We also have allied associations, nearly 120 of them, which are dominated by the MSME members. As an industry association, we have been running several programs for progress of the sector, and may I say that we have achieved several successes. And we have been able to build numerous examples of dynamic and innovative companies in this sector. The presence of the President CII in this program clearly underlines the importance that CII accords to this sector. From the very first day of taking on this presidency, Chris made it clear that he would make the MSME sector a priority for CII, and this is the result of this. Sir, CII has been working very closely with your ministry and has been the prime mover for many innovative programs. Sir, CII runs clusters and cluster programs for competitiveness through its various Center of Excellence, specifically the Avanta Center of Excellence, focused on the MSME sector. We have various successes, and as we have various opportunities, I think to be not only globally competitive, but to be newly innovative in this turbulent environment is very, very important. This cluster program that we have been running as CII for over a decade and a half, in CII we have gathered enough knowledge and competence to look at it now as a very holistic way. And we thought that why don't we now prepare ourselves and thus prepare our members to grow from small to medium and medium to large, and provide them with the total business process rather than trying to address singularly one or the other module. This program, which I'm going to present to you through a brief presentation, will give you a detail of it. Without much ado, sir, I need your permission to do a brief presentation on this program that we are about to launch. Sir, like I said, today the MSMEs have a large plate of full programs and thus opportunities. But in the given environment, they also have a great risk, which has been staring in their eyes. In today's environment, the government is trying hard to engage them through offset programs, through multi and single retail programs, and also through science and technology missions, various means and methods to get the SMEs going. However, in a turbulent environment, a small company always faces the greatest of risks. And thus, it is important that to de-risk this environment, they need to change their paradigm and grow into larger companies. They may have the hunger to grow, but somehow they need to be given a hand-holding means and methods where they can get to a level which makes them big so that they can start looking at things slightly differently. They start engaging in not only the international market, but also qualitatively in the domestic market. This is primarily an overall graph of the approach that is going to happen. We have various programs. I'm not going to go into the detail because of paucity of time. You will have a brochure soon enough, and we will individually explain to you through the regions how this program is going to run. Thus, the aspirations that the small have need to fructify. The government policies today are now conducive to the fact which are helping them to grow. In the recent past, or even in the prior years, it was a disincentive for the small and medium companies to grow because certain benefits were withdrawn. Now the government has actually said the non-financial benefits will go for the next 3 years as well. And we are trying to work with the minister and his ministry through various interministerial setups that he has actually formulated to see that this goes even further into trying to support this initiative. The CII Center for Excellence, like I said, has been helping companies, and this is now a definitive program of growing the small companies to medium and the medium to large. As CII, I just explained that we have over a decade and a half's experience of running these clusters and helping companies, and there are numerous such examples, and you would see it in your brochure in various ways. And just to quote two of them, that in just 3 years, a small company multiplied its top line by 2 times and bottom lines many times over. A medium company grew to a large company, making it literally 3 times and becoming at the forefront of its sector. The unique cluster approach, which only CII has done, sir, and thus we need your support in many ways. Thank you. And I thus also would like to recognize that the effort that has gone into this planning and program, which has been done, and I do want to recognize the back end of this through Dr. Sarita Nagpal, who has been championing this cause over the last decade and a half. The process for selecting these companies is not by application. It's to derive that which is that company which has the hunger, which is now on a foundation level, and thus there will be a scrutiny which will be done, an audit process which will be done, but it should not dishearten the people who don't go through this process. There is a set criteria by expert teams which will happen, but on the other end, obviously the benefits are there by growing 2 to 3 times, not only the top line, but actually the bottom line itself. And I just want to say that the companies which do not qualify for this criteria, which is this, will be given a foundation cluster for 2 years, which will get them to that level. Thus, they can move on to the next level of this GTC 100. Today is the opportune day, an auspicious day with the Minister, that we are going to launch this program, the 4th of July. And this is a program which is going to start with 100 companies in the north. We'll start the selection process in the northern region, that is. We just had the northern region chairman here. However, the other regions will be included because there will be a learning period in place. And exactly a year later, we'll be launching it in the southern region. And Ashok had been telling me that, why are we not looking at southern region? But that's possibly the iterative learning that we'll do in the north will be deployed more robustly in the south. And exactly a year later would be deployed in both east and the west. So it's going to be one of the major milestone programs for CII, which is going to benefit the small and medium companies through this. And there is a very structured roadmap. This is not something, like I said, this is through learning, modules which have been phased, and in the first, there will be 2 phases. The first phase is 24 months, the next phase is 24 months. The first phase has been fully developed, modules are ready in place, but obviously there will be a bit of tweaking here and there to build the small to the medium, and this is the medium to the large. We have worked out the roadmap fully. However, the next 24 months roadmap is still work in progress, and we will see to it that not only these companies get engaged at the level of the shop floor, but also engage with the markets. We have very large, and I did hear in the previous session that how the small companies can engage with the larger companies and how they can engage with the supply chains. That is exactly what we are going to be doing. Within CII, we have large set of members. We have the experience within various sectors, how the supply chains have grown, how the value chains have actually engaged, and how these companies have gone from small to medium and medium to large. Thus, all this experience is going to be deployed in this. And sir, we seek your blessings today, and I hope that with your blessings and with the support of your department, which we always have, we'll see this through, and you would see that in each region over the next 4 years, there would be at least 100 companies which will be vibrant, ready to grow on their own in a very supportive way.